Viewing Victopolis is back again, ready for another amazing episode. As always, I'm Alfie Taxton, and with me is my amazing brother Alan. Today, we have an amazing special guest. She placed 13th in Paper Puppets Take 2, which is a position we weren't expected her to place, but she is willing to get a chance to rejoin, if the viewers are willing to do that. Please welcome, Bubble Wrap.
Hi there. I guess it's kind of interesting to get a chance to be a special guest.
I get it, Bubble Wrap. I know you're still overcoming panophobia, but it's completely normal to feel this way. When me and Alan started our podcast, we were really nervous too.
Never knew that. Wow, I guess you're right about that.
Alright. Let's get down to our first story for today. We recently heard that Topa Dropper 850 returned back to YouTube, after a long absence. He is currently making an elimination show series, where 16 contestants compete for a $1 million prize. Let's go down to our newest member of the podcast team, Elizabeth Upright, to talk about this series. Elizabeth, tell us a little more about this series.
I'm currently standing on the beach on where the first challenge took place. Basically right now, the contestants have went instead their cabins for a morning rest. The show basically has a variety of young players, such as a manipulating kid, a buff athlete, a drug user, an anime lover, and even a flirtatious woman. This show is planning to use a new method of voting as well, which is a really unique method for a reality show like this.
Elizabeth, who currently has the highest chance of winning this show, based on what the fans said in the comments of the first episode.
It's pretty debatable. I currently don't have the results, since it's only been one whole episode. However, Victopolis residents who watched the show recently have already had a few candidates. I interviewed a few people earlier about it, and see what they thought. If I had one choice, I would go for Lana. She has a very great personality for this show, and I personally think she will be one of the front runners this season. I have high hopes for that girl.
I have two front runners. My first one is Tyrone, since he is very strong, and reminds me of one of my boys on the football team. I like people like that. I also think Wally or Wallace will do well too. I mean, I love tough boys, and I was a tough boy back in my teenage and young adult years.
I kind of depends. I would go for Aaron, but I think he is too brash for me, but if I had another choice. Maybe Jamie, since she is kind of a comic relief. I don't personally know that.
Once again, it's still debatable. We will get more info about it while the episodes go. Well, that's all I have on this subject, back to you guys.
So, Bubble Wrap, anything you want to say to the contestants on Topa's show?
As a person who got some advice from my lover, I wish all of you the best of luck. Play safe, don't go crazy about the prize, and work well together. I guess.
That is some decent advice from a competition show contestant. I mean, not many players give the best advice, but we think yours was good. Anyway, this wraps up today's episode of the show. Stay tuned for another episode on Happy K's channel. Goodbye everyone, and remember, Victopolis always rocks.